Exciting.
It says 3. Oh, it's doing a countdown. I couldn't figure out how to do the black countdown, like that thing, but it's,
I gotta go.
yeah. Okay. So we'll be live in, I guess maybe it's doing it. It might be doing it in the background. We just can't see it. That's interesting.
Okay.
Live 25, 26, 27. Why is it taking so long? 30, 31. Why does it take that long?
I don't know.
There's like an orange countdown and it's like live in 40, 41, 43. Do you see that?
No, because I'm getting on. Oh, we're on.
Oh, we're on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. Hi, everybody.
Oh my gosh. Okay, this is so weird because Oh, okay. I'm such a dork. I'm such an airhead. It's telling us we've been on for 1 minute and 9 seconds.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I looked at it. I'm like, wait, I don't see a countdown. I think we're here. Hi, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning. This is what you're gonna get.
That's right. That's right. Just figuring it out as we go. So yeah, thank you, Debbie, for saying.
Yeah, Debbie's saying we're live. We're live. Okay, so let's be I'm going to try to be professional. So hello and welcome to whoever's here. I'm not sure how many people we have in the chat. I actually have Instagram pulled up for later, so I don't have the YouTube pulled up on my phone, but I'm Julie with Day Trip Vintage Company, and my beautiful partner over here is...
Hello, I'm Kate from Releve Vintage, and I sell in my Etsy shop, also by the same name, Releve Vintage. And yes, so I'm Kate. Good to see you all.
And we're glad you guys are here. We might have one person. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, right now it looks like I do have it on my phone, so it looks like it's a party of 3 right now.
Yes.
Me and Debbie and I. So
I love it. Yeah, to me that's perfect.
Yes. All right.
So what are you drinking this morning?
I've got my coffee. Cheers.
Oh, you're drinking out of Joni's cup.
Yeah. So this is, I think, I can't, it says France on the bottom and I can't think of anyway, it's stamped on the bottom. So when you drink it, you can see, but yes, I love it. It's this beautiful amber glass with the dainty little handle. And I do drink my coffee black. I used to do cream and sugar and fancy things. And I don't know, as I got older, I got more and more simple. And it's like, so I drink black coffee. If I ice my coffee, I like to put in like a little bit of soy milk or something like that. But I'm just easy peasy. Black coffee in the morning wakes me right up. So
yeah, I've gone back and forth over the years. Sometimes I just drink it black. I've been putting some whole milk in it, right? Because my doctor's like, that's the easy way to get calcium is to, put a little dash of like whole milk. So I try to do that.
Yeah, that's a good little way. I mean, ice cream's a great way, right? But it's like that's the thing. There's lots of really fun ways to get calcium, like cheese and ice cream. But well, the milk and the coffee is a little better. So
a big old chunk of cheddar cheese or mac and cheese.
Oh yeah. We're getting
queso dip.
So comfort food is coming. But
right? Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so while we're kind of chatting, I wanted to share. Okay, I'm sorry if I'm like flashing everybody.
You're good. That looks great.
So Kate, I'm wearing this brooch that Kate gifted me when we met up at the flea market. So beautiful.
Oh, it looks so nice on your sweater.
I love it. I'm wearing a vintage brooch on a sale rack Anthropologie shirt because I only buy. I only purchase when it's on sale. Not full price.
It's so great. I head to the big racks that are like clearance because it's treasure hunting, right? You're like going through like, I can find the perfect thing on this rack. So yeah.
And it's still expensive, I will say, right? Mm-hmm. The sale rack can still be expensive, but
but you still feel like, you know what? I didn't pay full price. So it feels like a deal.
And it's Anthropologie.
That's right. That's right. Very nice.
Okay.
So, well, I have something from the day that we met up. This we found a great booth, and I think you, Gabby, and I all got something. I think we all walked away with bags of jewelry from that
Yeah.
particular
Oh,
booth.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is a ring that
Oh
I
my
picked up.
goodness.
I don't know if it's quite focusing, but yeah, it's just a fun little. I liked the colors because you can kind of wear it with silver or gold or bronze or even
Is
rose
it
gold.
copper? Is it multicolored? It's
It is.
beautiful.
Yeah. This is like
Okay. Yeah, like copper and brass and silver.
yeah.
Oh my
Mm-hmm.
goodness.
Yeah. So, and it's
Wow.
just a little stretch band, so it's really comfortable. Like it's not, and it's not heavy at all. But I mean, it has a little bit of weight to it, but and a little bit of sparkle there. So yeah, I just thought
So
it was
cute.
yeah. So I'm wearing that today from
So
our
cute.
Topanga day, which was really nice. So yeah.
All right. Okay, so I wonder if we should just jump in. Let's just jump into our topic.
Let's just jump in. We've been waiting and thinking of it for so long. It's like I feel like just got to get these things out there.
Yeah, and it was hard. Being a longtime vintage collector and even bringing, my mom's collections into the house and I thought, and things that were my grandparents and my stepdad's family, like I thought this is going to be easy because I'm just surrounded by a lot. And it was very hard. I had a hard time.
I had a hard time too. For those that might just be watching this on replay, the topic for today is your three of your very most favorite vintage items that you could never part with. And thanks to Debbie with the great idea for the hashtag, I love it, hashtag Death Grip Vintage. So things that you would never part with for any reason, and they could be anything, but we've been wanting to show things from our collection, and it was really a difficult thing. And I thought it would be much easier because you're just kind of like, oh, this is, but then I had to think about things that maybe are more current now, maybe that, that people would assume that like, oh, perfume bottles are so in, or, kitsch is so in, or,
Slung
speakers, all those
vases,
things. Yes.
right? Yeah.
That you might really be tempted, so I was trying to think of things like that. So, but yeah, so that's our topic for today. So I think, oh, hello, good morning. You're just
Hi, Lori. Lori with Blue Flamingo Mercantiles here. Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome.
Yeah, so I'm going to show my very first thing. Now,
I'm excited.
We don't know what each other's going to show. So,
surprise.
Yeah, be surprised. All right, so this is my first item, and here it is. This is a vintage wine holder. So this, I remember this from my entire lifetime. It was handed down from one of my sets of grandparents, I think on my dad's side, but I'm not totally sure about that. But as long as I remember seeing this on our table every holiday, it was in our house because we had the grandparents come to our house. Holidays were always at my house because both my parents were only children, so it was like the house to go to. So anyway, so it has, you can see on the bottom, I mean, it's the old fashioned felt.
Yes.
It's kind of wearing off over here, but it's been around for a long time, and it says holiday imports, and then it's a silver plate, and then it just says the cleaning instructions. The tag is halfway off, so you can't really, I know it's not really probably going to want to focus, but the tag is torn off here, so I can't see everything. But I've never polished it. I've just left it as is. But on our holiday tables at Thanksgiving and Christmas, the bottle of wine was always just set in this, and that's what it is. And I love it. Of course, I bring it out every holiday now and put it on our table, whether it matches the decor or not. It goes on the table. So yeah, I just love it more for what I think of when I see it, which is, that it will always be on somebody's holiday table in our house.
Yeah, it's a carrying on the tradition, family, right? It's a family heirloom. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, I love it. It's not cleaned up. I could clean it up a little bit more, but it's, it just looks very well used and well loved. So
yeah, I love it. I like it like that. I tend to like things that are sterling or silver plate. I like that patina. I think it looks perfect.
Yeah, I love it. So anyway, so this will always be in our family. So, and I get it out. It'll be coming out at Thanksgiving. So yay, that's my first item.
Okay. Oh my gosh, this is fun. Okay. So my first item, it was actually the first item. It immediately came to my mind. I think you guys will kind of think, well, that's not vintage or why would that be vintage? But, it was, I knew immediately that was my first item. So that one came very quickly. But it's an unusual, I think you guys are going to think it's a very unusual thing.
Oh, that is beautiful.
So growing up, this was always in my Nana and Papa's house. So my mom's parents, and they lived in the little tiny house in Monterey Park in Southern California here. It was actually a house that my grandpa and his dad, my great grandfather, built. And it was just a little funny, like loving house. And this was always so. My papa had built bookcases that sort of flanked the front door. So they were very, very shallow and not very wide, but they went on both sides of the front door. And this was from the time I could remember, this was always on one of the shelves. And I just, as a little kid, I was like, that's the most coolest, magical thing. And it's vintage because it has been in our family forever. I don't know the story of where my grandparents got it, but I loved looking at it and touching it. And I remember when I was little, like my mom and my Nana and we never did it, but we always talked about, we should take a little piece and, make rings out of it. Like, I'm sure that was a discussion that I started because it was just magical. And so, when my Nana and Papa passed, it has been in my mom's, house. So it's something. So when we went back to my mom's and sort of that first trip we made, and I don't even know why I asked my stepdad because he wouldn't have said no, but I thought if something were to happen to this home and all the contents and even pictures and this, I carried this home in my carry-on.
Oh my God.
On the airplane. I carried it home like a baby. Like that's how, and it's not because people would say, it's amethyst and it's that I have no idea the value, but for me, this just reminds me of my Nana and it reminds me of my mom. My mom's favorite color was purple. It just sparks a lot, but this would not be something, right, that people would think of as vintage, but it is.
No, but it is, and it's beautiful. And I'm just thinking about the guys X-raying your carry-on.
Yes,
like what in the world? Like rarely do they see that on the X-ray machine.
Right. I had So I had in my carry-on bag when I came home. I had this. I had a picture of my Nana and Papa that I had taken to put in my mom's hospice room. I had a little monarch butterfly piece that was significant to me that I wanted, my mom to have in her room. And I had a family Bible that was my great grandmother's and had all kinds of cool things. And so, it went through the line. And we flew home through Cody, Wyoming, which is a super small airport. I mean, you get in line. I mean, you do have to go through the check, but it's, yeah, it's kind of an interesting thing. Super small airport. And yeah, they pulled my bag back. And he had to go through, yes. And he's like, well, what's in here? And I said, well, there's a picture of my grandpa. And he was so sweet and gentle with it. And he didn't really ask me questions, but and he was like, well, I'll let you wrap everything back up. And so
good.
So this is unusual, but this was my.
That is so great.
I just love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I hope, my grandkids will be touching it and talking about making rings. And
it will last the test of time. That's what's really nice is that is going to, withstand generation being passed down. So very cool.
Debbie, it's heavy. That was a big carry-on. Yeah, it was a small carry-on, but I carried it like a baby. Sometimes Jim would carry it for me, and it went under the seat. When I was in the plane, I was like this. Yeah, I have like, what if there was a fire? What if whatever?
Yeah,
I don't know. That's just my Nana, and that's my mom, and me. Yeah.
That's great. So I know we've got a few more people that have joined us. So we are going through, just to catch you up. We are showing Julie and I are showing each other our favorite things from our vintage collection that we will never part with. So that's the topic for today, and it's my turn to go next. And this thing is belonged to my mom, and I just love it. And I know these are popular, and I would never, ever think of letting it go. I use it. I had to take everything off it. I use it every day. I think of her every day that I see it. And when I see them, sometimes when I'm outsourcing for my Etsy shop, I just look and I just say, I don't need that. I've got the best one at home that I could possibly have. So this is my mom's vanity tray. Yeah. So there it is. Yeah, I absolutely love it. And this, again, from my earliest memories, I remember her getting ready. I would sit there and watch her do her makeup. And I have Shalimar was her perfume. So when my mom and dad would go out at night, and we'd have a babysitter, which was the best thing ever because it probably meant, we got Burger King or something. But I remember like the smell of Shalimar perfume. It totally reminds me of her. And I still have her last bottle of Shalimar over there that I keep right in the center. And then I have my perfumes and I do my little jewelry things and all of that. So you can see on the back just the age on it. And I wish I knew more of the story. I wish I knew when she got it. I don't know if it was a graduation gift.
Oh, and you can, I've never seen that. You can have it upright.
Yes. So it's got these little buttons. I mean, these little legs, I guess, here. Or this, which, I didn't even know it did this forever in the day, but it unsnaps.
Wow. I've never seen one that does that. Oh my goodness.
And so if you wanted to sit and do your makeup and use it as a little, like a stand-up mirror. Of course, these days I need the magnifying mirror, which it does not have. So it's not in the running for that. Yes, thank you. I've got the big giant circle magnifying mirror now. But anyway, so that snaps on there. Yeah. And it's very worn on the back. It's got like this red felt that is not very fuzzy anymore. But anyway, I absolutely love it. And I use it every day. And it's like my very, very favorite thing in my bathroom for sure. So yeah. And it was my mom's. And yeah, I told my sister and I'm like, we can share it. We can pass it back, every year. So, and she's like, no. She goes, it's so much more you than me. You need to have that. That's yours. And so, yeah, so I just love it. So that is that.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. My mom had one. Yeah, my mom had one similar to that. I don't know what happened to it. She must have donated it, or I don't remember. But yeah, she had one like that, always on the dresser.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't in their house when we packed everything up. So. So I love that.
Peterson, hi Peterson. Yeah. Hi Michelle. It says I have memories of my dad's cologne, but not my mom's perfume. So yeah, I feel really happy. I have that bottle. She would do Ginate. I don't know if anybody remembers that. She had a big Ginate, like body splash. So that smell will bring me back, as well as her Shalimar. And then for my dad, it was good Old Spice. So that if I smell that, I was like, oh, then, like flashing back. So it's smells, I think, are really strong at bringing memories back. So
they do the visual and the smells, and yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Okay. So I'm kind of going in order as things came to me, even though I was struggling.
Okay.
So this next thing, it isn't, it's sentimental in a different way. So not from my parents or grandparents, but something I found that my daughter loves that's sentimental. And she says, don't ever get rid of it. Yeah. And it's also, it's me. It's very me too in my decorating style. I purchased it probably, I don't know, five or 6 years ago, maybe at an estate sale here in Palos Verdes in Southern California. Okay. And so it's me because it's this beautiful burl wood, natural piece of wood, which, ooh, I thought something fell, which is gorgeous in itself. And it's an artisan piece. So these are, these like brass sort of like kind of brutalist, maybe, right? Handmade little buds or a representation, right? Yeah. Of a flower. Yeah. And let's see if I can figure out. So there's a little tag here that's a little piece of brass, and it says Marie, I think is the name. And I've never looked it up. I don't know if this is, an artist here in California or Southern California, but I love it.
I love it because I've never seen anything like it. And that makes it really special when you find a really unique piece like that. I mean, I'm sure it is one of a kind, but I just never even come across anything even similar to that. That is so cool.
It's really, yeah. And so it's kind of going through this process. It has sparked, conversations with my daughter and I too. So both my kids love vintage. They love vintage clothing, and my son has a lot of vintage pieces in his room, my daughter too. So it's something that kind of has gone through the generation. So we've just been talking about like, what are your 3 things, or what, and she's like, Mommy, you can't ever, let that go. But so this is an interesting thing. So my daughter, so you'll see that item is in this picture. So this is a piece of artwork that my daughter did last year, and that she drew, and it, I think they were tasked to pick, items in the house that they loved and do this sort of still life, and that object is there. And then there's, so like this is one of her things, which is like a Chinese cloisonne vase that we have. And these are a little iconic, right? A lot of people have these
but
brass.
I love how she arranged it. It's all in, I guess, the composition, which I don't
know. Like a geode, but that's how much she loves it. That was one of the items that she picked to go in her piece of art. So
that's kind of fun. That is. So in the chat, Michelle's letting us know that too hard to pick 3 things. We totally understand that. We've been we kind of tortured ourselves for the last week, actually. And, the 3 is actually more like, 13 over here, but we're just going to show 3 today. But so she narrowed it down to 3 collections. And so her collection would be Viking, McCoy, and Irish Wade. So that's good. So yes, if you can kind of keep it to what collections would be your 3 favorite collections.
Yeah. And if anybody in the chat, so we've had that hashtag up for, I guess, the last week, Death Grip Vintage. But if anybody's watching, even if you're not talking in the chat or just lurking or whatever, you can go ahead, and if this is sparking, excitement with you or whatever, you can go grab items and put a picture up on Instagram and put that hashtag in there. Here, I'll put it in again. And we have a few people that have posted pictures on Instagram, and we'll share those after, right? So if you go in and just put, if you put that hashtag, take your picture, you can do 3 separate pictures and put it on your Instagram page with that hashtag. Once Kate and I go through our items, I'll look those up on Instagram and show it.
You can all share. So,
yeah.
All right. Very good. So let's see. Is it my turn?
I think yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Third thing. Here we go. Let me bring her in.
Drum roll. Oh,
so
wow.
These now it's hard for me to say. I know you guys what is it I can never say this word.
They're Russian.
What is it?
They're Russian, right?
Yeah.
Are they
Matryoshka?
Okay. So I can't,
I apologize if anybody knows the proper pronunciation of that, but I believe it's something similar to Matryoshka dolls. So anyway, that's just a really hard word for me to say. So yeah, so this this is something that I bought. I bought these it would have been 1988. So these are vintage, and I bought them when I was in Russia. So I went to Russia on a dance tour. When I was in college, we toured every summer, and we got to go all kinds of awesome places. So, and there's, when you're in college, your souvenir budget is not all that. So I went the traditional route, and I brought these back from my grandma Alice, who I was very, very close with. And what's funny about these, and I do apologize because there's going to be some squeaking, but I have to show you guys. Now I love these so much that I can't put them away, but you can see the color difference. I don't even keep them in the sun, but here's one side of it and here's the other side. Okay. You'll notice as I show these that they get more vibrant as you open them up because this has been faded, but I can't keep her put away, and I don't know how else to not have her get faded. But anyway, so I brought these back from my grandma Alice. When my grandma Alice passed, I took them back. And I just have to tell you, so here's the next little girl.
Okay.
That my grandma Alice named them all. She named them. So here's the sticker from Russia, which we won't be able to read, but this was the sticker, that has the price and everything on there. It's very hard.
I can see it. Okay. Yeah, it's perfect.
And then the tape on there is my grandma naming it, and this one is Ninochka. So she named her Ninochka.
Oh my God.
And and then the next girl, she named her Olga. So this is like the tape that the tape it's like the most fragile masking tape ever. So that's Olga. And then the next one, she named this little girl Natalia.
Oh my goodness.
And you can see how this is the colors of when I first bought
originally.
Yeah. So you can see, with the age and everything. And I wish that, as I'm peeking over, like I said, I don't want to lock her away in a box so she doesn't fade, but she's more faded with time. So I just appreciate the colors on the inside. And we're getting down there. This is Svetlana. She named her Svetlana.
So great.
Taped her thing there. And we've got one more little girl hiding in here. And you can't really read the tape anymore. But this is Zarina.
Oh my gosh.
Little Zarina.
Oh, I'm just in love with this. I'm in love like that something you bought. Oh my gosh. And your grandma's handwriting that I bought for her.
And that's the thing is I can't, it's all about her tags on there, like that's her handwriting. And she took all these, this little piece of tape, she had to cut it way down to even try to get it around the little one. So she she cut the masking tape. It's so my grandma. And then what's even funnier is I found this in there, and she wanted to make, it's all faded now, but she wanted to make sure that I knew the names. So on a scratch piece of paper, she wrote them all down for me. And the paper is all, brown, but she wrote them down for me so that I know who they are. And then what is so funny is this is clearly scratch paper because you can see she's doing math over here. So this is scratch paper. So she's got math right here. On the back, which I am so happy to have because she made the best ones in the world, is her meringue recipe of all things.
Oh my gosh.
An added bonus. And her meringues were to die for. My sister and I lived for her meringues. She was a fabulous cook. She watched Julia Childs every single day. She was amazing. So anyway, so this is the piece of paper that accompanies it, and it lives inside of the dolls. So yes, so this is like one of my most cherished things. I have them out all the time, and like I said, the outer girl is getting really faded, but I love them so much, and reminds me of my trip to Russia, and it also reminds me of my grandma Alice.
Oh my gosh,
yes.
I can't even. That's so. I love. Usually, I have found a few thrifted over the years. There's a set in my daughter's room, and I recently found one at Savers, but it's just the outer. It's just the main big one.
Yeah.
I opened it in all the littles, but I wasn't after it. I was after something else in the bag. It was one of those bag lots, but I love the original colors, but I love the fadedness of it. I think it's beautiful that way.
Yeah. It really is. See her face?
Yeah, that was the first thing when you held it up. I was like, okay, that's different. Usually it's like the really bright reds and more primary colors, and it's gorgeous.
Yeah, no, I love it. It's has a special spot on my shelves. So that is my third favorite item.
Oh, I love it. So I want to say hi to Melinda. Melinda's here, and Nettie's here.
Hi, Nettie.
We're so glad you're here.
So nice to be here.
Yes. And Melinda and Nettie are well, not neighbors. They're local to us here in Southern California. So they're in our little California group. So it's super fun. I'm so glad you came.
Yes. And we like to get on and do a Zoom call. Maybe a Zoom call soon, you guys. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we've done it on Friday nights. We didn't talk about doing it tonight, but maybe. Okay, so this third one was actually funny. Kate doesn't know what it is, but it was really funny because I was struggling. I was like, should I just, grab several things and just, pick that third thing on the fly? And I was I'm in my kind of dining living room area, and I was sitting on the couch, and I need to post a picture on Instagram, but I brought back this huge cabinet that my stepdad built from scratch, and it's made of oak, and I'm so happy I brought it home because it's just beautiful. And my mom she was more of an antique collector of smalls and just really cool stuff, so I sort of have it set up with all that. But I was sitting on the couch, and I'm like, surely there's something in there that's going to be my third thing. And I stood up, and then all of a sudden this other thing, I don't know why I didn't think about it. It popped into my head, this like picture of this object, and it was behind me. It wasn't something I was looking at or that kind of was part of this whole decision making. And I don't know why I didn't think of it. I picked it up, ran into the family room, and I told my daughter, this is my third thing, because so much I was struggling. Yes, I was struggling, and I don't know why. I mean, this should have been immediate. So this is So let's see. So this is a little
you can make yourself big if you want, if it's hard to show.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I think I'm just awkward. Let's see.
No, I can. It looks good. We can see it.
Yes. So this is a little child's chair that was actually my dad's when he was a little boy.
Aww.
And it was always at my grandmother's house. So when I was little, I would just always, every time I went over to her house, I would sit in the chair. I love this chair. I would drag it around the house. I would drag it out into the garden and sit on it there. And I almost think it may be because I'm third generation. I'm second. I don't know. I don't know what generation. No, I'm third generation on my mother's side, California, native Californian. So I think this probably originally came from Mexico because it's sort of that style, right? It's not painted.
Yeah.
And over the years, the webbing it was really fragile. I mean, it was almost like, you didn't want to touch it because I don't know, it was dry. And so I don't know how many years ago, it might have been maybe when my daughter was born. I can't quite remember. I'll have to ask my dad. He will remember exactly. But my dad took it to an artisan and had it restrung with the same pattern, and then he gifted it to me. I don't know, like my birthday, or it was Christmas, and I just about died, and I cried, and I said, this is
that is so
a really
special, very, very special piece.
Special gift. Yeah, so touching. And the other cool thing, and I did this several years ago. I made one. Hopefully you can see. I made one for my dad, and then one for me. So this is my dad sitting in the chair.
Oh,
this is me.
Oh my gosh.
And then, let's see if I can do it a little closer. Oh, here we go. So there's my dad.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that precious?
It's precious.
I just love this. And then there's me.
Aww.
So I found all these, and I wish I had taken pictures of my kids when they were younger, right? Because there's my daughter, and she's quite a bit older. Let's see. I'm going to go back this way. And then there's my son. So we're all sitting in the chair. And, so he's
a special piece. Of course, yes. That I can see how that would have just come to you, epiphany. Like,
and it's weird that should have been like, boom. Yeah, that's one of my things, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
There's for me, I think I told you I walked in the kitchen. I mean, I won't say my other things because we might just do this again because there's so many great things.
Yes,
I walked in my kitchen and it was like, oh my goodness, like why didn't I think of that? And why did just when you see it, but sometimes when it's always around or it's just you're used to having it there,
right?
You realize, oh, that is vintage. But when it's something I'm always using or seeing, so. Yay.
Yeah, I even did that this morning when I went to get coffee. I have something up in our little coffee nook that's like up on the top shelf, and I'm like, okay, that's
There's another one.
That would be like one. So I don't know. This was, for those that didn't post, like, everybody in the chat. So Debbie made a post. So I'll show Debbie's here in a bit, but. What do you think? Would this be difficult? Would it be hard for you, Melinda? Oh, Melinda's third generation.
Yeah.
That's kind of hard to find, I feel like, here in California, right? Because a lot of people are whatever. What's the word for that? Have come here from other places. What generation are you, Kate, for living in California? Are you first generation? Were your parents born here?
My parents were born here
in California.
And then I believe, and then one set of grandparents was born here and the other set of grandparents was born in Nevada, I believe. Reno.
Okay. So you're the same thing. So your kids are, right? Fourth generation.
Okay.
My kids are fourth generation.
Thought of it that way, but
imports. That's right. Imports. A lot of people in California, I think, are okay. So Nettie's she's first generation.
Yeah.
And Debbie, were you born in California? I think Debbie was born in California. She's was originally from here.
Michelle is third generation Minnesota. So.
Oh, see. Yeah. I think there is a lot to be said for having multiple generations in whatever state. I think it's so cool.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
I have not been to Minnesota yet, but my niece, she goes to University of Minnesota, and she has told me that she can't wait for me to come to her graduation. So I'll be going to her graduation. She's a senior this year. So I guess in June, I'll be making my first trip to Minnesota. Yeah. And we don't know. It was so funny. We're like California, our whole family, we're California people. We're warm weather people, beach people for the most part. Don't do all that great in the cold. And my niece just that's where I want to go. and we're like, it's really, as California.
It's cold. It's so cold there.
You know how cold it is there, Alice? I want to be, I'm going to Minnesota. We're like looking at each other. Okay. Well, and then we get these pictures from her at the football games, and it's snowing and she's just frozen. I can see that her eyelashes are frozen, and she has the biggest smile on her face, like, I'm at the game, Auntie. Okay.
She loves it. See? Oh gosh.
Loves it. And all of us here out in the warm weather, we're like, okay, you got that the cold, the love and the cold thing, girl. But yeah, so
I love that.
She's in Minneapolis.
Okay.
So I see pictures from well, the first year she was there, she was in a dorm and she was up high, and I saw these beautiful pictures of the river, and I mean, just look gorgeous. So good. So Michelle says June is warm, so that's good. So I'll be good. I mean, I'll be there no matter what, but I'll be there with my little glove heaters on if I have to, but I'll be there. But that's nice.
Oh, Christy popped in. Hi, Christy. So Christy says she's fourth generation Californian. You have us beat because Kate and I are just third generation, right? Wow.
Yeah, that's cool. So I do, Michelle went on and put pictures on. So that's great. Thank you, Michelle. I know it is hard, but
good.
And that's funny because, all those little things that, I do think it kind of sparks people to start going, well, wait a minute, I do have that. Just mentioning, a Beanie Baby and things like that you see. And there's lots of sentimental things. And technically vintage, I guess they say is 20 years, right? But, I don't know. It's just certain things that might just barely be vintage, or even not quite, but I guess we know we're going to have them forever. We know that we'll have them when they're vintage. So
okay, so I'll do Debbie's first.
Okay.
So let me see, hopefully this comes out, and then I'll read the description. So there's her first item. Let's see, can I do this? Look at that.
Oh my gosh.
So fun. I think this topic is the most fun because it's almost like, we're seeing a little insight into each person and the things that, the things that they love and cherish. It might not be things, right?
Right.
That maybe we expected. I just love this. So look at that. Wow.
Oh, beautiful.
Beautiful. So I'll read. Let's see. Oops, what happened?
Yes, I agree. The Kermit the Frog is the best. I remember, I have vivid memories sitting in my beanbag chair. That tells you, that kind of dates it. But sinking down in that beanbag chair, watching the Muppet Show with the two old guy puppets that would end the show.
Yeah.
We did not miss one. Yeah, the Swedish guy. We did not miss the Muppet Show in our house ever.
So let's see. So Debbie says, here are 3 of my vintage items that I will probably never let go. So the first one was Pebble Art, King and Queen, that she picked up in an estate sale in Denver, Colorado for $20.
Oh, beautiful.
Score. That was a score, Debbie. Oh my gosh. And they're so cool.
Very well done.
Let's see, my Kermit the Frog telephone. This I received for Christmas in 1983 from my parents.
Gosh. Do you remember getting a phone was such a huge thing? Because there's no cell phone, so getting an actual phone that you could call
your own phone in your own room.
Oh,
that you didn't have to use in the family room or the kitchen or whatever, right?
And they were making everything. They made cars, and that was just sky's the limit. They made all kinds of different things, but Kermit is just awesome. So.
That's so good. And then the sequin and beaded late 50s or early 60s Hong Kong top that was my grandmother's. So Debbie, one time we were Marco Poloing, and so this is just showing sort of here's the back of my phone. Don't you like my case? So the time that she showed it to me, she had it like, it was I was like, that's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen on like a dress form, I think, Debbie, right? And she had like jewelry with it. I was just like, oh gosh. I'm overwhelmed. That's so beautiful. Just how she had it displayed. Just gorgeous.
Yes. So yeah, Michelle's reminding us of the clear phone. I do remember that. That was when it was all about what kind of a phone do you have. There was the Mickey Mouse, they have every Mickey. Remember, Mickey Mouse was standing up holding the receiver, and but the clear phone, yes, and you could see all the things. And actually, I remember my friend had a clear phone, and they unscrewed like the earpiece and took out this. It was then you wanted to like take it apart and put it back together again. So yeah, you could screw off certain parts of the phone.
I think those. If you found one of those today, those have to be worth a lot of money. Well, any of these phones, the Kermit, any of those, right?
For sure.
Oh, don't you wish you had kept it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my mom in their bedroom, my mom and stepdad's bedroom. Do you remember the ones that were like white or like cream? They kind of look like antique phones, and it had like the base, and it had like brassy gold or something on it, and you would pick the and it was like round shape, like antique-y, it was plastic. It was probably plastic, and you would pick up the receiver, and then there were little levers that would kind of release and go up, I guess, that would engage the ringtone or whatever. And it had this cord. I don't know if anybody remembers those, but I don't know what happened to that either. I don't know, that went somewhere. So let's see.
I do.
Right, Debbie.
Radio.
It was a looker.
Can I get a 50-foot cord, please? Because I would like to talk in my room.
Yeah.
Yeah. You always knew the cords that got stretched because they were all crazy squirrely. And
yeah. I actually had, because my stepdad, he was like a ham radio operator and did repairs and stuff like that. And he was really good at like phone lines and just in general electronic things. So I was kind of spoiled. I was the only child. Only child. So my parents were divorced when I was about 5, but I'm the only child of my mom and stepdad. My stepdad didn't have any, biological children, and they didn't have children once they got married, and both married for like 4. So my mom and stepdad, their 43rd wedding anniversary was the day before my mom passed. And I think my dad and stepmom are about the same, and no children. So I'm the only child of both. And then the remarriages I met. So I was a little spoiled. I had a phone in my bedroom growing up as a teenager because my stepdad put a phone line in. So I had one of those like cream colored, just the thin, whatever, kind of phone. Yeah. I was probably a little spoiled with that.
No, we were not allowed to have phones. We did not have phones or TVs in our room, but my sister and I had to share one that was in the guest room. So that just led to, sister drama.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my parents, they would get a timer. We had an egg timer. Yeah. That's what got me my sister on and off the phone.
The funny thing is I don't really remember talking on the phone a lot, but it was in my room. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so so this is Peterson. Let me make sure. Yeah, here's Peterson. So let me try to show that. And then I'll swipe through and then go back and read. So let me see. This is backwards. How do I? Oh, okay, Julie, come on. You can. Okay, I have to swipe this way, I guess.
Very cool.
Oh gosh. Here, I'll swipe and then.
Okay.
And then
there we go.
Oh my goodness! Look at that.
Okay, so I'm thinking this is
Peterson.
Wade.
Yeah.
Julie, is that Irish Wade?
I think so. Yeah.
Or maybe a mix of things.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, she's saying Irish Wade.
Very cool.
And oh my goodness. Oh, I could never let that go. That's like yummy. That's like a piece of candy.
Yeah, that's Christmas.
Yes.
Oh,
look at that.
Okay, now this must all be Viking because
Viking, right?
Yeah, Viking. Okay.
Oh my goodness. Okay, these are Viking, I'm pretty sure.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Michelle, that pear is too much. Oh, I love.
Gorgeous.
Yes.
I have a cat and a bird in green Viking somewhere.
Ducks are
Beautiful.
fighting.
Look at that. So yummy.
Gorgeous. Now
So
that
yummy.
shamrock is Frankoma. I think I'm saying that right. Frankoma shamrock.
Oh, I love Frankoma. Look at that.
Oh my
Just
goodness.
beautiful.
Michelle, you have such a nice, colorful collection. It's beautiful.
Beautiful. Oh, look at the shape on this.
Oh my gosh.
That so yummy.
Do you have lots of room to display your glass collection, Michelle?
Look at that.
Oh my goodness.
I have to say I'm a pottery girl. I've been collecting pottery for a bunch of years, but I have a kind of a new obsession with glass, I think, this past year. Gorgeous. I love the pairing. Yeah, I love that. Oh, McCoy. That is just beautiful.
Love the shape of it and the detail on the side. I love.
Oh my goodness. That's like a bucket list like item to find right there.
Goodness.
That is that McCoy with the bird. Oh,
I love it. It's like traditional in the middle, and then it's like kind of mid-century modern on the outside.
Right, with the square. Yep. Oh my goodness. If I ever found that in the wild, that would never leave. That would never leave me.
Call a keeper. Thank you for sharing that. That is
beautiful.
Yeah.
So she said collections, because I can't just pick 3 pieces. Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah,
it's hard. Okay, let's see. I think I need to refresh. Let me refresh and see. Oh, we have so many more. Okay. So I don't think Gabby's here. I'll do Gabby was the first to post, but I'll kind of show hers. Okay, so here's Melinda, because Melinda's in the chat, and then we'll go back. So I know Melinda lived in Hawaii for many, many years. I'll read the caption. That's just, oh my gosh, that is beautiful. Let's see. She'll have to describe it. It looks like wood. I don't know. Wow.
Let us know.
It is fabulous. Let us know. Because I don't think, let me look. I don't think there wasn't a description. So she'll have to let us know. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is gorgeous. Let's see. Let me do it.
Okay.
I feel like it's so glary. I don't know. You know what? Let me turn off my light.
We do have some information on the previous picture, Julie. So he's
colonial Mexican. Yeah. Okay.
And he does in the picture of how tall is he, Melinda? Because he looked like he was big enough to be walking on your stove in that picture.
Right.
I mean.
Oh, I know why I thought that. Okay, so now I see. I don't think I can. So she has a, which I love. I love hanging like necklaces and things on. So she has like a necklace or like a stone, something hanging on him. So I think that's why I was thinking a lei, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I love draping like beads and cool things. Okay, I love that. Okay, so let me see.
He is about 5 feet, Melinda. Am I reading that right? The man is 5 feet. Okay, Michelle is right.
Wow, yes, 5 feet. My mother-in-law is probably not even 5 feet. She's so tiny. Yeah. Oh, wow.
I thought it was an optical illusion, something with that photograph. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I almost feel like we have to look at it again. Yeah, Kate,
Debbie's
right. Oh, Debbie's saying to make myself bigger. Yes, because look at the perspective, right? With the chairs.
Yeah, you're right, Michelle. But I was thinking it was just like he was in the floor, whatever. So, oh my gosh, that's fascinating.
Oh my gosh, Melinda, he's fabulous. Fabulous. Oh, I would love to know if it's something you purchased or something you inherited. Oh my goodness. Okay, so here's the next. Let's see if now there's a pink. It just wants to stay on the fabulous. So let's see if I can. Okay. I have to tip it a little bit, but do you see it's a? woman.
Yeah, the
I'm
painting.
probably.
Melinda says that's a painting done by a Topanga, California artist, and it was done in the 60s.
Okay.
So,
I'm not.
do you want to make your side bigger? So
Yeah, let me see if it helps. Let's see. Okay. How do I do that? I know yeah. Okay, that's that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. I don't know if it's going to help because I feel like it has a lot of glare.
Okay. It's coming in. Yeah.
If I do that, yeah. Because otherwise, oh my God, what a fabulous piece of art. I feel like it's something I need to really stare at and study because it looks like, right? There's a mirror where you get her reflection of her face. And then,
and then she's sitting on, that's gorgeous.
And then, oh my gosh. Okay. So the boxes, there's like a vintage doll in one, and then this like a skull. I love things like that.
Very cool. I like your picks, Melinda.
Amazing, Melinda. Oh, what a gorgeous piece of art. Yeah, if I had that. And that looks large. It looks large. Okay, so she's saying, I inherited both of these. And the saint we brought back on the plane from Mexico City around, I'm not sure, around 1967 or 8. Wow. Oh, Jenny's here. Hi, Jenny.
Hi, Jenny. Good morning.
Yeah, so glad you're here. Oh, Gabby is here. Gabby is here. Have you been here the whole time? I didn't see you. Hi, Gabby.
No. Oh, looks like she just came in a couple minutes ago.
Okay,
hi, Gabby.
Good. So we're going to do yours next. And okay, so Melinda's saying he was wrapped up in Mexican mop cloth for protection and just put in as luggage. And the customs agent thought he was very clever, asking me if we were sneaking my boyfriend into the States. Well, at 5 feet.
My mummy boyfriend.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Wow. I mean, yes. How did I didn't even think about that? How you would
we talked about you getting your G-Pack. Imagine, imagine
and that's
getting
nothing.
A man wrapped in cloth. Wow.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'll stay big. Okay, so now I'll do Gabby's. Okay. And then so she has hers, and I love her caption. So if everybody can see, well, we have a cookie jar and a little like elf shoe and a vase, which is that matte white pottery. I wonder, Gabby, you'll have to say if that sparked your love of white pottery. We both shared that.
Yeah.
Obsession. Okay, so Gabby's caption says, so Julie and Kate asked for 3 things you'd never part with: the cookie jar Shawnee I grew up with, the elf shoe my mom made for me when I was little. She hid it in a bush and made us think elves were real, then my daughter as well. Oh, that gives me goosebumps.
It gives me goosebumps too.
Right? I have goosebumps.
It's the next level besides the elf on the shelf, the shoe in the bush.
Yes.
I'm telling you, that's amazing.
Oh my gosh. And then this small bud vase that was my grandmother's.
Yeah. Yeah, grandmas have great stuff.
I'm gonna make us the same. I don't know.
That little shoe got me when I saw that last night. Just that little elf shoe. It's just the fact that she made that and that it looks. That's exactly how I think elf shoes look. So
yes.
So.
Oh, and Gabby says, "Oh my gosh! I never thought about that. Maybe so, right? Was that the first piece? Maybe." Oh my gosh, this was so fun. I have to say, I could do this again. It maybe would be fun too. We could even I don't know, pick categories, or I don't know. We could do grandma, things you inherited from your grandma, your mom, or
you could
cooking thing, cookbooks. I don't know.
Oh, there's so many. 3 is hard, but I think it's good to get it to kind of get the idea started. So, but yeah, I mean, it could be 3 things that, where you just found them, or 3 things, like you said, that you didn't find them. They were, given to you. So yeah, so fun. Gabby says that the shoe in real life is super detailed. So I bet it is. I just looked at it and I was like, that's the cutest little shoe I've ever seen. So, and Melinda's saying that the painting, the 1960s painting, is also about 5 feet. Wow. That's good size. So.
Oh, okay. I see that up here. Oh my, yeah, I could tell she was really tall.
Yeah, that's gorgeous. So yeah, and art was a whole nother one. We could, I do like picking up like little art things. So when last time that we got together, Gabby and Julie and I was looking specifically for, I just get little vintage bird pictures, and I'm trying to collect all like the round or the oblong frames. And so I had success. I found one there. So I'm getting my gallery wall ready, and they're all just random, like little bird pictures, but I was trying to find all circular or oblong oval frames. So yeah,
I
so
love
that's
that.
fun. Yeah.
Right?
So maybe I'll put that back here.
Oh, that would be really beautiful next to your, with your green. I'm pointing.
Yeah.
Like I'm pointing with the wallpaper, right? With your green floral and the plant. It would be amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
These are my green velvet curtains.
Oh yeah, with the yes, with the fringe.
Yeah.
It would be beautiful to have that behind you.
Yeah.
My little trick for doing gallery walls, and I've shared this with a couple people, and because now I've done like, I don't know, maybe 3. I might change my location. So I'm in my living room. Maybe next time I'll get a card table or something. I'm at the dining room table, but maybe I'll go in front of the big gallery wall that's more in our living room area. But is to, get a Trader Joe's bag or old wrapping paper, whatever, but lay your frame on the paper, trace it out, and then actually mark where the nail would be, right? So if it's a wire, right? If you lift the wire up, it will be at a certain level, or, if it would be hung on the frame, and actually find the center and mark where your nail would go or your hanger would go, and then tape them to the wall. Get like blue painter's tape, and I'll lay out on the floor, like I'll just lay out in the living room what I think is a pleasing layout, and then I'll copy that, and I'll take each piece of paper and I put it up on the wall to make sure, because you have to do your distance, right? You want whatever it is, like 1.5 inches or whatever distance you're going to do. And then that's right where your nail goes. And you, and because you've made your little dot or your circle, and that's right where your nail goes. And then you take off the paper, but that's what has worked best for me. Yeah.
Jill says that's how she does it too.
Okay. Yeah. It's like tried and true.
I'm famous for having, I've got great gallery walls. Unfortunately, they're in a stack in the corner of the room.
Yes.
And I go, there's my gallery wall. Isn't it fantastic? And then you can look through it. You can thumb through them and go, wow, great gallery wall. But I'm a little, it's not like arranging, for Halloween or decorating and going, because then you can play around with it. Oh, I'll put the vase there. I'll put the book there. But when you're talking nails and walls, it's like, a little intimidating.
Yes, but try that. So lay them, lay them all out on the floor or table, depending on how many you have, and get the layout that's pleasing, and then do the paper thing. Yeah. It's so easy. I haven't messed up. I haven't had extra holes in the wall by doing that. Yeah. Oh, Gabby says she just wings it. So Peterson does that. I'm kind of type A sometimes with things. So, and then Gabby just wings it, which works good too. I mean, I've had it where now I've had to add in other pieces, right? So those you can't, you just kind of like, okay, I'm adding this on the side. Yeah. Right? Yeah.
So Peterson's doing an ashtray wall. That's fascinating to me. Oh. Wow. So, I mean, I'm thinking something. Is that actually hung like ashtrays on the wall, or is it shelves showing? Ashtrays, that's interesting. That we definitely will need to see pictures of, Peter said.
Yes.
How cool is that?
And what do you use to hang them with that you're not worried about, like that you're going to stick on the back?
Yeah.
I would be so worried about okay, like a plate wall. I would be so worried about the weight.
Yeah.
I would be scared of that. I would love when you do that, show us. We need a picture on Instagram.
Yes, that would be so cool.
We could do a whole show on
gallery
walls.
Ashtray walls.
We could do a whole show on gallery walls.
We should do a giveaway for the most unique gallery wall. So ashtrays.
Yeah. Let's just have like 1 million hashtags.
Yeah.
Just have like hashtag best gallery wall. Okay. Adhesive discs for plates. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I have never heard of that. So that makes sense that they would have something like that really sticks and can accommodate a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense to me. Okay. So maybe we should do a nice little, it's 10:05, a nice little segue.
Yeah, there's good stuff coming up today. It's Friday, so maybe we'll all see each other again, because I know that there's, I think it's Thrift U that's coming on, and then I think that we've got all kinds of other cool stuff. Maybe we'll see you guys tonight on other things, flipping and sipping, or there's Real Misty. There's all kinds of cool stuff on Friday. So
Friday is a full day. Yeah, I think Thrift U is next at 1 Eastern. Then we have the Niche Lady. I know I'm not saying that right. Niche Lady.
I think she says Niche Lady.
Niche, right? Crafty at 4. Niche Lady at 4. Crafty Jackie at 6. But Kate needs to talk about what's very exciting. That's her genius idea, because she's a genius.
Well, Julie and I enjoy, sometimes we'll just do, FaceTime and talk and things like that. And we also are close enough that we get together as well with some of our other people that are in the area, like Gabby, or we'll do Zooms with our California vintage group that we have. And but we've really liked going on and having discussions and showing our collections and things like that. So we're going to go on again next Friday at the same time. And we are going to call it Vintage Coffee Talk. So welcome to Friday morning Vintage Coffee Talk with Julie.
Coffee Talk.
So that's right. So for those of you that remember Linda Richmond, so in our family, we love SNL. So Saturday Night Live, we love the old stuff more. Yeah, it was, I don't know. Back in the day, we kind of lived for that show, and we still quote different things from that show. But if you remember, they had Coffee Talk with Linda Richmond. So I don't have the big bouffant hair, can't do the New York accent. But anyway, we absolutely just want to have coffee and talk more and just get to know everybody and have a good time. And we figured if we're going on sharing things, then we want to include you guys too. So we hope that you will join us on Fridays for Vintage Coffee Talk. And we'll give you a topic, because I always had a topic. And so today's topic was awesome. And next week, I'll switch now back to Julie, and Julie will tell you the topic for next week.
Yes. Okay. And then, and also for those that aren't subscribed to Kate's channel, YouTube channel, I have it in the description below. So make sure, because we will be switching back and forth every Friday. So make sure that you're subscribed to her channel. We'll do the same thing where she'll have a notification and a thumbnail, and we'll be advertising the heck out of it for the week. I already have like all these ideas.
Yeah. And if you want to click on any of my dorky practice videos that are still up there, go ahead. You'll be like, Kate's YouTube channel. Anyway, there's some, you could just skip those. They were just up there as little practice things. And, but because I'm not really strong at this, they're up there, and I successfully scheduled and had them launch. And they're still there. So I guess I could go in and research how to get them down, or you could just
leave them. They're good. I have 2 edited videos that are like 8 or 9 months old, and I have no idea how I did an edited video. I did 2, I don't know, a month apart, and then I went to do my 3rd, and I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't get the video off my phone. I couldn't get the editing stuff. I mean, it was like I had never done it before. And I think I worked on it for like days, and I was like, I can't do this. So but I want to circle back around at some point, because I have a lot of things that
but this
that
is
I want to do,
because I just love the talk, and is
it's hanging out. We're hanging out with our girlfriends and our boyfriends, and so the topic that we came up for next vintage coffee talk. I can't do that accent.
I can't do that one either.
We like California, like duh.
Like
totally.
We're mixing it.
Totally. Oh my God.
West Coast and the East Coast clashing.
Yeah. So our topic next week is boho. Right? That's like everybody's into boho. But I thought I didn't even tell this to Kate. This kind of came to me as we're talking about each topic each week. And we would also always love to hear about, as we go on, what things that you guys are into and fascinated with, but sort of taking it from, taking boho and talking about, well, what is it as a decor style, right? Mm-hmm. There are people that are, purist boho for decor style. There are people that do a mixture. If we pull up, hashtag boho on Instagram, you will get a million different, versions of boho, because boho means something different. Like I feel like I'm kind of boho, but I probably do a mix of mid-century and maybe I'm modern boho. I don't know. That would be fun to talk about. What are the different styles? Kate has expressed that she's probably more like coastal boho, right?
That's what I call it. Yeah, I call it coastal boho because that's just what I think it is. But I mean, it's nice because boho encompasses so many different things.
Right.
You can really, so.
It means a lot. So talking about that, that as a decor style, what those, we'll have some examples, what it is from a collecting standpoint, right? People that collect in that style. And also it would be fun to talk about as a reseller, right? Those of us that have Etsy shops and eBay shops or do live sales, whatever it may be, when we're out thrifting, what are those things that we're looking for that appeals to that, boho, people that love boho. And so we're taking little baby steps. We don't want to jump into this. We're selling, here's all our stuff. So we're going to pick a topic each week. We'll talk about it in terms of decor style, collecting as a reseller, and have a few of those items for us from things that we bought to resell. I even have something that I bought that was on that's not the right, somebody said it earlier, it's not bucket list. I don't know why I keep saying bucket list, but I need to write it down. What did we say?
Is it called a holy grail item?
Holy grail item, but I'm going to part with it. I'm parting with it next week, and I might show it right now as a little teaser, because I wanted one for like ever and ever, but now I'm ready to part with it. And so we'll bring, I don't know, 5 things, 6 things, right? That kind of goes with that subject and sell them. And maybe we'll have examples from our, our own decor. This is, for me, this is boho, right?
We'll definitely talk about the different kinds of, boho can go so many directions, and we will touch on, modern boho and way to add in little bits and things like that. And then some people are full boho, tons of colors, really.
There's minimalist boho, right? If we walk into Home Goods and, whatever, TJ Maxx, there's farmhouse boho, right? I mean, there's like a lot of different, ways, that you can do with it. So I'm going to do a little teaser. I bought this item. I guess I bought a lot of things. So it was an estate sale that was one city over, and it was listed as the Owl House. So the woman that lived there, she loved everything owls. It was kind of in the summer. It was the first estate sale I went, kind of with things opening up, and I felt like, okay, it's summer. A lot of it's outside. I kind of feel safe going, and it was owls.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't stay away because I love myself an owl. And I found so many great things at that estate sale. And then I went out in the garage. Oh, see?
Right.
Yes.
He's just popping in. He's just popping in.
Yeah.
Behind me.
Melinda says minimalist boho is an oxymoron. See? That's
yeah. In my house it is for sure, because
yes.
I think I'm a maximalist.
Yeah.
Maximalist.
So yes, I went out in the garage and there were, I don't know, 3 or 4 of these hanging out there, and I thought I was going to pass out.
That those are so cool.
Right?
They are so cool. I know. I can totally see where the macrame owl love comes from.
Yeah. And this is the real deal. This is 1970s vintage goodness. I mean, look at his eyeballs.
I was just gonna say the would be.
Yeah, he's Sisal. He's everything, and that was like my holy grail from that estate sale. Even though I brought home a lot of owl things, but I don't have the perfect spot for him. He's been hanging. I have these like kind of closet doors over here, storage, and he's been hanging on one of the knobs. And I walk by him all the time, and I look at him, and I love him. But that, like, he needs to go in somebody's home that has a fabulous spot for him.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's special and really shows him off. And I just, I thought in one of my gallery walls, and so I can't believe. But I think doing this this topic this week, it really got me thinking about, I always say, I can't, I buy it, I'm going to sell it. No, I have to keep it. And I struggle with it, but it really got me thinking. And I'm like, you know what? He needs to go to somebody's home that has like the perfect spot.
Right.
So I'm actually,
I wanted to make sure that I hope you're still here, Julia, from Perfecting Pearls. But hi,
Julia. Yes, I saw you coming in, and I meant to say hi, and I didn't. I hope you're still here.
We are showing off vintage things we love and talking about vintage coffee talk next Friday. So yay. But yeah, the owl is awesome. And yeah, I think for me, yes, I know that when I'm out looking for things for my Etsy, I often will get things that I think are boho. I think are currently desirable. Of course, that, you want to put things in your shop that will move relatively quickly. And then sometimes I have that moment that I call it the angel devil moment, right? Keep it, sell it. I have that moment, and but I would still rather show it on here and then, just give examples of boho and things like that. And then if somebody sees it and wants it, I would be fine. Like some of the things we showed today, those are the things that no, like they're not going in there, but we're going to be showing things that, yes, we love it. I'm glad you love it too. And yes, this thing can go. So
they're in our collection. If it's a style that we collect and decorate with. And I think it's interesting that, particularly for me, bringing a lot of my mom's collections in the house, and they may not be something that, fits with my normal, but it works, right? And how I could even take some of these items that were hers that isn't anything I would buy to decorate with or collect with, but boy, you can make such sweet vignettes, and it's a little thing and it fits on your tiered tray. And
Julia's saying that her daughter's style is, I have a 13-year-old boy, and she's got a 14-year-old daughter, and that she loves boho, and that their styles are not exactly the same, but that you can appreciate it. So that's funny, because I was explaining that I would consider some of my rooms anyway to be kind of coastal boho. So it's really interesting to find out how to mix styles. And I feel like, I know Julie's knack is really mixing mid-century, which I'm not as good at putting that into my own decor, but I love how how Julie does that. So it is fun to morph styles. I think it makes it more fun to do that. But
yeah, it is. I just love this topic. Yeah, if we were talking mid-century, we probably, what comes to mind is Jamie, right, from Mid-Century Wasted. She's very, but she does a mixture too, but right, she's really kind of a purist a little bit, right, with the mid-century.
To see her, if anybody happened to catch her Halloween, she did like an unboxing of her own Halloween decorations and showed how she redid her entire Pyrex cabinet and Halloweened it out. Yeah, I would say a purist for the most part, but just kind of adds in a little flair. But yeah, very, very cool collection. And yeah, really.
Yeah, so this is fun. So what do you all think? Do you think this is fun?
Yay.
This is something that you want. It's fun. I'm excited. I
love coastal too, Julia. I have a lot of coastal stuff actually, but I think I'm actually probably more than just boho and coastal, because I have a real mix. So I have a lot of different stuff. But I love plants too, so I have plants all over. And yeah, I love coastal stuff, so I have a lot of that. As we've been talking about ideas for topics. So if you like coastal, keep watching.
Yes, we both have. And I think it's going to be a challenge. Yeah. And I think it might be a challenge as we get on different topics. We might be like, oh, for the five things that we're bringing to sell, like kind of, it might be a challenge. I don't know.
Yeah, could be. So yeah. Well, we're just so happy that you guys came out to chat with us, and we really do love coffee. It's not just the name,
No.
And
I'm gonna go get another cup.
Yes. Well, and I had to bring my whole kit.
Yes, I need one of those now. So
I might have a little bit of a caffeine problem. I don't know, but look, I look like I'm all dainty with my cup, and then I'm like,
yeah.
But yeah, I drink a fair amount of coffee, but there's worse things I could do in the morning, but I love it. My mom, she worked in a coffee and tea shop when I was little. And, I would go in to visit her at work, and just the smell of fresh ground coffee from the time I was in 3rd grade, something about it. So yeah, I've coffee running through my blood. So
yeah, for me, it was spending the night at my mom's parents, my Nana and Papa's house. And I would always go from like my room at some point early in the morning, and I would go into their room, and then I would crawl in between them in bed. And it was so funny. I don't know why, but instead of having like a king size bed or a queen, they had like 2 twin. But but they were together. It was one bed with the one wet bedspread. I have no idea. And I would crawl, I don't know, in between, and then I would be in that divot in the middle, and I would fall asleep.
Okay.
I would fall back asleep because it was maybe like almost daylight. It was still dark out, and I would fall back asleep, and they would be up and carrying on the morning. And my Nana had one of those percolators.
Yeah.
Right. Where it would bubble, those silver, and it would bubble, and I could hear it, and I could smell it.
Wow.
And I would know, like, as I was laying there waking up. Yeah. Like that's mine.
Time to wake up. We could smell coffee. So
yeah.
So all right. Well, and you have something coming up next Thursday.
Oh, right? I do. So for those that missed, I had an epic estate sale that I went to like 3 weeks ago, and I did a live unboxing that went for like an hour and 42 minutes or something ridiculous. I was like, I'm going to open it. I had huge boxes. There was so much good stuff in there. I kind of forgot what was in there. I'm now pleased with the amount of money I spent. So I did an unboxing yesterday, and I picked this same time slot, but on Thursday. So I like this 9 o'clock Pacific time, noon Eastern. There isn't a lot going on Thursday. So I'm going to make that an ongoing thing that I do on my channel. We came up with some other interesting topics yesterday. So I'll be showing hauls. I'm I'm kind of going back to a original love that I had, is creating with vintage items and doing assemblages. And I used to do soldered jewelry with ephemera, and I might pick up my soldering iron again. So I have this downtime where I'm on hiatus. My Pearly Girl, my main Etsy shop, is closed. That kind of, what's the word? It just it controls my life because I have a huge volume of orders that would come in. I never have a Christmas, it's all encompassing. But I'm taking this little hiatus time with my mom and stepdad passing, and, handling estate things. And I'm giving myself the gift of taking this quiet time. And that means I'm getting back to, because you could tell I'm hyper, and I can't just sit and do nothing. I like keeping my hands busy. I like creating. So Thursday will be kind of as it morphs through, but I plan on, sharing vintage items that I'm finding that I'm going to craft with, that inspire me. I may share things that I'm working on that are works in progress, hauls. We've talked about maybe doing videos of how to rewire lamps. Gabby's going to share her tried and true method of getting vintage linens clean, because that would be a fun topic. So yes, so every Thursday at 9 a.m. Pacific time, noon Eastern, on my channel, Day Trip Vintage Company. I'll be going live. It'll be a live. And then Kate and I are going to alternate every other week between our channels, Friday, noon Pacific, 12 Eastern, with our vintage coffee talk.
Yes. So
that's what.
Yes. So if you don't know that skit, then you gotta Google, or look it up on YouTube, the skit from SNL.
Yeah.
Coffee talk. So, and then before we go, I'm just going to put this out here. I'm going to be putting out a video. It's just going to be a video that you guys can go and watch. I have a really specific collection that I'm going to be moving out. So it's dolls. It's antique dolls, which I know is not everybody's thing. It doesn't really match what I have in my Etsy shop. So I'm just going to put a video out. But if anybody knows any true antique doll collectors, you can let them know, because I have a very large collection of antique dolls that I'm going to be rehoming, and they are the Nancy Ann storybooks. I'll just show them really quick. I have about 50 dolls. So This one is, they all are in their box. These are the really old ones. They're the porcelain dolls with the jointed arms and legs. They have their wrist hang tags. This one says, "A breezy girl and arch to worship me through March." So they're all marked with the number. They all have their boxes. I believe these are from the 1930s or late 30s.
Oh, wow. 40s. Okay.
So,
this is new to me.
Yeah, here she is. Wow. So they all have their, again, this is not something that I would, go on, but they all have, these are like their, these are their neck braces. Like she's in a guillotine. I will take her out. There goes her hat. So yeah, so here's her box. She comes with her little paper thing. And yeah, there's her hang tag. Again, for people that collect these, some of you might know somebody, that's really into them. But if you can see the little, it's kind of hard, gold hang tag.
Oh my goodness.
But they have their wrist tags, and all the clothing is pretty amazing. This is all like it's all felt there. And then they have this, this is all linen. So they're pretty incredible, but they're porcelain, and arms are jointed. Well, I can't really see them. Arms are jointed. So their
face.
They're moving. Yeah.
Face.
All the faces are hand painted, and all the clothing is, it's the full dress, everything, the hat. You see the detail on the hat, but yeah, pretty amazing. So, and their hair, I don't know what it's made out of. But yeah, so I will be rehoming about 50 antique Nancy Ann storybook dolls, and I have many of them. So so I'll let you guys know again when that video goes up, and people can just see if there's anything on there that they would like to add to their collection. So
that'll be great. And you'll do like a thumb now that we're learning how to do all this, a thumbnail with the notification. So make sure, you subscribe and share Kate's channel with anybody in the community that loves those are, this is new to me. They're amazing.
They are amazing. They're, and my sister and I have done research on these. It's a whole nother world, sort of. It's not really it's not really in my wheelhouse. I don't know a lot about dolls. I've done some preliminary research. I'm continuing that. So more information to come about these, but I just thought I would put it out here to our friends in the community first, in case there's somebody that is into these, that loves them, that would love to add one. I want to do it here first, and then I'll go on from there. But yeah, it's a whole nother doll world that I'm not real strong at, but I'm learning. But they are here, so there's more information to come.
And then, so Julia's asking in the chat, like, have you priced any out? Like, could you at some point, were you thinking of putting them on Etsy? Do you have like a rough estimate of the range of them? Have you done any of that research yet? Or
I have. I've actually, I got 2 books on doll collecting, and that has helped me a little bit, although books, new editions come out. So, and I have done a little bit of research on them. That's how I've learned that the box makes a difference, the hang tag, jointed arms versus not jointed arms, and things like that. So I am learning. So they can really go from anywhere between, depending on the number. And I would just probably put on the video that this is what this one's going at, based on, it's really how rare they are, how many of them are left. So I would just put a base price. I think it's too many to try to auction off all the dolls, but it would be anywhere between 25 and 100. So that would be, and I know that's a large range, but the other thing that makes a difference is the particular doll, like number 189, she can have a different dress. So in other words, I can have pink dress 189, and then there could be a flat dress 189. So that's another aspect of it that I've learned, that it's not, not every March doll for number 189 has the same outfit. So some outfits are much more desirable. So again, I want to make sure that I do my, my research, so that everybody is, so that I'm understanding what I have to offer fully. But I think I have a pretty good grasp. And as I said, I'm, really just looking to get them out to somebody that can appreciate them. Right now, they're not being displayed. I don't want their beautiful hand painted faces can eventually start to chip and wear away. Sure that they get, they just need, I'm not a doll person, and but many people are, and I think that they just need the real love from somebody that is a doll lover, and for display or for care or whatever before they.
Yeah, they're gorgeous. Yeah, I think having a recorded sale, a static sale, is perfect. And you could, even with 50, you could break it up, right? Not do all 50, but just do it in pieces. I think that's perfect, and people can rewatch it and comment and claim, and I think that's perfect. Yeah,
absolutely. So so that'll be coming. So
all right. Well, that's it. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, you guys, we're so happy that people shared, because we wanted to see each other's things, but we also appreciate those of you that use the hashtag. Thanks again, Debbie. Great idea. And yes,
it was Debbie's idea.
Yeah. So we love that you guys posted some things to have us, to give us more to talk about and more to share. So thank you for participating. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. And anybody that's watching this replay, continue to use the hashtag, because it's fun. It's very thought-provoking. It's fun. It could be difficult, and let's continue to do it. If we find that it's fun, people love it, we can circle back around and categorize. And and so I guess I need to say, because you're supposed to say that, right? Like, I wrote it down too. Like, subscribe, comment, right? If you're watching replay, you can comment below what are your items if you're scared of Instagram, or that kind of makes you nervous. Hit the notification bell, because then that will notify you when we go live. And go subscribe to Kate's channel and share it.
Yeah. So thanks, you guys. Thank you very much. Julia, hugs to you. And thank you so much. I appreciate it, Michelle. We appreciate you being here. So right back at you. And yeah, this was a lot of fun. Thanks, Julia. I'm so glad I finally know your 3 things because we were really good. We did not tell each other.
No, we didn't cheat. No clues, nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah. All right, everybody. So have a beautiful day. Thank you for spending your time with us. We appreciate it. We feel very blessed and honored. And take on your day. Hope it's beautiful.
Okay. Have a great weekend, everybody. Enjoy your coffee.
Bye.
Bye.